People all around the world have suffered grave pain ever since the breakout of the COVID-19 pandemic in March 2020. The worst part is that it took away the lives of loved ones. Regretfully, the victims of the Satoh Takeru impersonator were no exception to the violence of the COVID-19 pandemic. This story is about a cybercrime victim named Lucy, alias, who fell victim to Japanese actor Satoh Takeru's impersonator. As one of Satoh Takeru's impersonator victims, Lucy was a strong and independent young woman in her 30s. She worked hard even during the COVID-19 pandemic. She was a kind person. She was always sweet to everyone around her, and she never ignored anyone who needed help. She had only one wish, and it was for her grandmother's health. It was because her grandmother was at a nursing home for Parkinson's disease. She was worried about her grandmother a lot because the nursing home did not let anybody come for a visit, as COVID-19 was rampant. Her grandmother meant the world to Lucy. She was the one who taught her about family's love and affection. Lucy prayed for her grandmother every time she thought of her, and that was the best she could do for the given circumstance. Dear God, please protect my grandmother. Please help me so that I can meet her again. Please, I beg for your mercy. Maybe God wanted to reward her good soul. Her dear grandmother survived the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, and she was able to meet Lucy again, although there were some restrictions. Lucy was over the moon. The pandemic was not completely over, but she could finally reunite with her grandmother. But that was it. God granted her wishes just up to that point. Lucy's grandmother was too weak. Her spirit was not the same after not being able to meet anyone, including Lucy, for too long. The isolation completely changed her. She barely recognized Lucy, and it was too tough on her even for a short visit. Lucy felt like crying just looking at her grandmother, but she tried to look happy. All Lucy wanted was to give her grandmother a nice smile, especially because they hadn't seen each other for a very long time. However, some things Lucy's grandmother said dropped Lucy's heart. "I saw your grandfather in my dreams. You know, he's already in heaven. In the dreams, I told him I was ready to leave now, because life was too hard on me. Then he got upset. He said I need to stay, although it is terrible. So I got into a fight with him." Lucy was devastated when she heard that. She frankly wanted to say, "Please, Grandma, don't leave me yet." But she decided to hide her feelings because her grandmother looked like she had gone through a lot. Lucy didn't want to cry before her grandmother, so she hurriedly headed home instead. On the way back, she clenched her fists, trying to stay strong. Her nights were restless even after she returned home. She knew something was not going right. Her grandmother's condition got worse thereafter. Soon, the nursing home stopped taking any more visits. No one was able to see her anymore. Finally, the day came, and Lucy's fear was right. One day in March 2023, at 4:17 a.m., Lucy's grandmother passed and left Lucy forever. Lucy got a call from the doctor and rushed to the hospital. There, she saw her grandmother's thin and frail body. She was not the same person Lucy remembered from her childhood. Grandmother's weak body was placed on the hospital bed, and her breath was barely sustained with a ventilator. It was as if she was quietly waiting for Lucy to join her final moment. Lucy felt helpless, with tears quietly rolling down her cheeks. The doctor said, "She really missed you during the pandemic. Honestly, I was not even supposed to let you come over last time. I think she really tried when she knew you were coming. I know it's not easy, but it is time to let her go. Say something. Her spirit should still be with us." On her grandmother's bedside, Lucy grabbed a clean towel and wiped her grandmother's body from head to toe. She reached for her grandmother's fragile wrist. She felt heartbroken. Finally, she gave a goodbye kiss on her grandmother's forehead. She also said her farewell. "I am sorry, Grandma. I don't want to be selfish anymore." "Okay, I'm not going to hold you anymore. Grandma, you can go anywhere you want now. I hope you rest in peace. I want you to feel no pain anymore. I love you forever and ever." As Lucy finished her sentence, her grandmother took a deep breath and let it out. Then she passed. She had moved on to the other side, leaving her loving Lucy on her own. Everything turned dark again, and something more dangerous than COVID-19 trapped Lucy. Lucy wanted to go back to her normal, but she was stuck. She stopped smiling, she lost weight, and she didn't want to talk to anyone anymore. Lucy's coworkers told her to take a leave of absence. They were genuinely concerned for her. Lucy stayed in bed all day. She didn't leave the house. She didn't go anywhere because nothing mattered to her anymore. She felt like she was walking through a very long tunnel, alone. Just like that, Lucy was serving her time in the darkness. She had no idea what was drawn upon her. It was just another random day. She turned on her phone and checked the date. Then she started searching for videos with keywords like depressing, very sad, and makes you cry. It was all just because. Some YouTubers and other people online recommended a Netflix show starring a Japanese actor, Satoh Takeru. They said the plot was very sad, so she decided to give it a try. Lucy was still feeling hopeless when the show started. However, she felt something erupting from her heart as the show progressed. Yes, she started crying out, very loudly. She got to release her feelings thanks to what was going on in the show. After she cried for hours, the show's ending credit was going up. What happened to her was such a ritual, and she came back to her mind. The show gave her the energy to get back to her old self. She was feeling appreciative, and she wanted to thank the cast who performed the show's main roles. She especially felt empathetic to the role played by a Japanese actor, Satoh Takeru, and she sincerely wanted to thank the actor. It was because Lucy inherited her grandmother's good values. Her grandmother used to say Lucy should share happiness together with other people. She said Lucy should say thank you, I love you, and I am sorry as much as possible. Lucy's grandmother believed what people say spells magic to other people. She said, kind words like thank you would melt away ice inside of people's hearts. Once people know how the world is such a warm place, everybody will become a better person. But Lucy never cared for celebrities. Especially, she had no idea about how to send fan emails to some celebrities abroad, and she tried to look up instructions online. She came across a Google email address shared by an anonymous fan online. That fan said she received responses from Satoh Takeru a few times, although their conversation didn't go on so long. Other fans said as well they emailed to that address and received something back from Satoh Takeru. More than anything, there were multiple fan testimonials for the past 2 years. That is why Lucy didn't get suspicious about the email. Hence, Lucy sent a fan mail to that Google address, saying thank you. In her writing, she also explained her and her grandmother's special relationship. That was the beginning of the uncalled tragedy, and it quickly invaded her life without warning. The impersonator was like a snake, malicious and evil. He consoled Lucy at first, and he acted like how real stars treat their fans. After some time, he tried to make friends with her. He approached Lucy slowly and swallowed her into the deep darkness. Satoh Takeru impersonator victims are currently suffering from secondary victimization. The impersonator violated the law and sold the victims' information on the black market. He also tried to exploit more cryptocurrency. The victims tried to block the impersonator, but then he switched to another account to continue abusing the victims. He continued harassing those victims, saying, "You ruined everything." Around the end of October 2023, those affected fans reached out to Satoh Takeru and his agency, Co-LaVo. They repeatedly asked for help. Neither of them cared to do anything for the victims, although it was indeed Satoh Takeru's fans who suffered the damage. This video is a dramatization of a true story. March of 2024 marks the first anniversary of Lucy's grandmother's death. This video is dedicated to Lucy's grandmother and Lucy, who exemplifies great bravery to help herself and other victims.